What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth, trailer number 1. A couple of days ago, some still images were released for this movie, and they had me pretty excited. I thought we were going back to our original Jurassic Park roots, and I was going to make a video on it, but I'm glad I waited. I knew the trailer was coming out today, and the trailer tells a completely different story than what we saw in those images. So let's jump over here to the trailer. I'm going to break it down a little bit for you guys, and we'll get the conversation rolling. All right, so I have the trailer pulled up here, and I want to talk about a few things. I'm not going to go frame by frame, but I am going to pull out a few instances within this trailer. And this character right here is of interest to me because he's the catalyst for why our heroes are being sent over to this island. And he gives the reasoning as medical breakthroughs. And I just don't feel like that's true. Based off of the fact that this guy looks very Bond villainous to me. You know, he's dressed all in black. He's got a somewhat mysterious demeanor to him. Leads me to believe that this is either something where our characters are going to be sent over, and by the time they get back home, they'll have lost, their whole crew, just to find out that this gentleman here is creating a bioweapon or something, or the character here is creating, yes, medical cures, but is probably also creating the diseases for those cures. So it's something where only his company has the ability to create the cure, something like that. So I don't know if that's what's going to be happening here, but just based off of what the trailer is showing me here, leads me to believe that that might be the case. Here you have a shot of our baddie, our badass for the film, Mahershala Ali. Great actor. Have no problems with him. I hope he has a lot of gunplay, although typically within Jurassic Park movies, they get their guns knocked out of their hands within the first 5 seconds of the film. So, I hope he's gets to run around the island and shoot a bunch of dinosaurs. I think that would be pretty cool and something we haven't seen before. Kind of harkens back to the original book a little bit if you've ever read that. I'm going to jump ahead to a few scenes. Might actually jump backwards here. There, right here. This scene right here and this scene up here remind me a lot of Peter Jackson's King Kong. This scene right here in that little window down there. They remind me a lot of Peter Jackson's King Kong, just with the dinosaurs and the large valley, very clearly all CG here, right here. I hope, like I said before, that practical effects play into this a little bit more, and I hope that some of this CG is touched up in post. There's still several months before this movie comes out, so I know that they're going to be working on it, but there are several moments where you could clearly see that this is CG. Trailer continues to go on. We have a few different fight scenes with dinosaurs. Here you have a pterosaur, some sort of pterosaur. I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to be. It's hard to tell. From the trailer, they said that it was supposed to have this massive wingspan to it, which leads me to believe maybe it's a Quetzalcoatlus. But this guy right here is a little bit too small, so I don't know. Maybe this is a baby or something like that. And you have a lot of action, and then a brief tease for the velociraptors, and this is where the trailer starts to worry me a little bit. One, we've added a kid into this story again. I'm kind of over the kids in Jurassic Park thing. I don't think this should have I haven't seen the movie. I don't know. This might fit in just fine, but I don't think that this should have been added. I think they should have stuck with the adults for this one, but we'll see. The other thing that has me concerned is this sequence right here. I have no idea what this is, but it is certainly not a dinosaur. Now, logically, it makes sense that if this is the island where they were, producing all of these dinosaurs, you would have probably some throwaways because, you're not always going to splice the genes correct, and you're going to end up with these Frankenstein things. So this has me a little bit concerned. I'm kind of sort of over the mutated dinosaur a little bit. I hope that, or I had hoped that Jurassic Park was getting back to its roots a little bit and just merely going back to dinosaurs. They're scary as they are. They're nothing but claws and teeth, and I don't think we needed another hybrid big bad for the movie. I think that we could have done without this. Pushing ahead a little bit with this same creature here. Oops, that's a T-Rex right there. This shot right here, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but this reminds me of the line that Jeff Goldblum had in the original movie. What do you got in there, King Kong? This looks like King Kong to me. It's kind of got these weird T-Rex arms going for it here, but then it's got these giant gorilla arms with it, and it kind of has sort of a gorilla face. So, like I said before, I think they're splicing DNA, and this one came out wrong. But I don't know if it's a mistake that this thing looks like King Kong. I don't know, but to me it's a mistake. Jumping ahead here, we have a shot of Spinosaurs and a Mosasaur, and they're all attacking the boat. And the guy says that they're hunting together, and essentially we're screwed. This is silly to me. This Mosasaur would be snacking on these things for lunch. You might be able to find instances where animals help each other in the real world. I don't know. But in terms of my dinosaur horror movies, I don't want to see a Godzilla and Kong team up. We've seen that in Jurassic World. We've seen that in Jurassic World Dominion. It was overused in Dominion because we had already seen it in Jurassic World. And even in Jurassic World, even though I love that movie, it was a little hokey there too. So these team up battles with dinosaurs, it seems a little over the top. This movie as a whole seems like the Godzilla X Kong of Jurassic Park movies. It seems like you are going to have high octane action and very little story. And I think that the high octane action is going to be very much over the top. I think you're going to have, 120-pound people, pulling people over cliffs. And I think you're going to have, dinosaurs and people flying across the screen. And I feel like that this is not going to be a very scary movie. The original had, like a sense of dread and horror to it. This seems like a action over the top dinosaur Jurassic Park movie, and I don't know exactly what direction that they are going here, but it's coming out in July, so we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully my theory behind the main villain of this movie is a little bit more thought out, and hopefully they don't go in that route, because it just seems a little on the head at this point, but time will tell. So there you have it, guys. Jurassic World Rebirth Trailer 1. I am a little hesitant about this movie now. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Are you excited for this? Are you going to go see it in theaters, or are you going to wait for streaming services? I don't know where they're going with this movie. I thought they were taking it back to the original Jurassic Park roots, but I guess I probably should have known better, considering this is supposed to be a soft reboot of the Jurassic World trilogy. But like I said, let me know down below in the comments Am I spot on with my analysis? Am I off my rocker? Are you gonna go see the movie? Are you excited for another Jurassic Park installment? I look forward to chatting with you guys down in the comments, and I will talk to you later.